Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and this morning, or today, as it is this morning for me, but it'll be today, this afternoon for you guys, we are playing a mix of 40NL, 40NL and 60NL Aussie dollars on the PPPoker club I'm a member of. Games are looking pretty good, traffic's looking pretty good. Hopefully we'll have an interesting session to deliver to you guys. And I'm going to use the video to talk about my total lack of work ethic during the last during lockdown, really, in terms of like my poker grind. I've had a good work ethic in other ways, in terms of living up to responsibilities, continuing to promote the poker affiliate business and getting YouTube videos out. But outside of that, just putting a grind in, I've been fucking rubbish. I've been playing too many home games with friends, like tournaments and things, that have been taking up a lot of my time one tabling with friends, and nowhere near enough time at the actual felt where I'm supposed to make part of my living, which I've been doing, but more through good game selection and positive variance than anything else. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how I hope to change that a little bit over the coming days and weeks, and hopefully start turning my actual poker play into an income stream again that I can not rely on, but into an income stream that I can hopefully expect in the long term, because my attitude to grinding for a good while now has been, well, piss poor, to be frank. Absolutely piss poor. Yeah, I put the odd session in here and there, I do okay, but am I a grinder? I'm a fuck. Not even close to being a grinder, and it's not really good enough, especially in lockdown, when after I've done my little bits of things for the day that I'm allowed to do, go out for a bit of exercise, 2 out of 7 days a week, go and do a little bit of shopping, and then, make sure that my mum's okay. I've got fuck all else to do. And I'm doing fuck all with that time. It's not good enough. Not good enough, and yeah, that's going to change. Hopefully, maybe. So I have a grind schedule in mind, and that grind schedule is going to be playing at least 2 sessions a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and then perhaps. Right, this guy never folds the 3-bet, so we're not going to bother 3-betting him with the ace-5 suited. So definitely a morning and afternoon session, 2 sessions, trying to get at least 3 hours in each during those times, and then possibly, depending on if I'm not too tired, then like an evening session. I'm going to do that across 2 or 3 different clubs to make the most of all the different options that I have available to me. Mornings and afternoons are going to be played primarily in this Aussie club and the Poker Hero club that we have on UPoker. And then my evening sessions are going to be played, or my late night sessions are going to be played either on Poker Bros or on Breeds, or perhaps a combination of both across my iPads. I intend to get at least 4 hours a day out of my poker, and even then, that shouldn't be a stretch for me. I mean, it has proved to be lately. It's proved to be beyond my capabilities, but that's just through pure getting, like, oh, I'm doing okay, I'm getting my furlough pay, I'm getting my affiliate pay, so I'm doing fine financially. In fact, I'm doing relatively well financially, so I don't need to play. But I've lost track of the fact that, I love poker, and I was before I started the affiliate thing. I was a poker player that played the game to supplement his income, and because I don't necessarily need to supplement my income as much anymore, it feels like I've kind of like lost my zest for the grind, and I want it back. So yeah, that's a fucking long ramble. That is one hell of a long ramble. Basically, I've not been playing much. When I have been playing, I've not been playing super well, and I've been getting away with it. So hopefully we're drawing a line in the sand with that right now, and we're going to I'm going to start to try and make ourselves slightly a bit in a similar way to Lethal Shaggy does in his videos. If you watch him, I'm going to try and make myself more accountable, at least for a week or so, with videos demonstrating my grind. We'll still do the videos where other people join us, because they seem to be really popular and I really enjoy doing them, so we're still going to do them, but I think we're going to do them with it being myself playing, so it doesn't interrupt with my the loose grind schedule that I've kind of made up in my head. And yeah, we're just going to try and get out there, work hard and punish some absolutely rotten fish. That is the plan. So we've isolated the ace jack here from the small blind versus the two limps. This guy snap folds, that's the guy we were targeting really, and the other guy folds too, so unfortunately we didn't make any money in that spot, but well, we did, we made the blinds, but it was the right thing to do, the correct play. I'm happy with it. Look around our tables here, we can see plenty of very fishy looking players. All these like 41-15s, 47-13, 47. I mean, this is a 60 and L table, and it's basically like a live game in a casino. It's delightful. And when you're looking at someone like this and thinking, oh, he's one of the better players at the table, and he's playing 28-14, well, you've got to be happy with the games available to you, haven't you? Have to be happy with that. Yeah, so these next few videos I'm going to do are going to be not very spam heavy, other than the games advertising themselves, and it's going to be very much me trying to hold myself to account. It's a min raise under the gun from a 28-14. We want to put a little bit more in than that, so we're going to 3-bet with the king queen suited. I think when at 28-14, if they wake up and 4-bet, you can easily fold an incredibly wide portion of your 3-betting range and only stay in with the very premium hands. And so unfortunately that's what's happened to us. He's like snap jammed on us, and it's just going to be a super easy fold. I mean, it's 28-14, he's not that aggressive. Do 28-14s have wide 4-bet jamming ranges? Typically no. Maybe if they're steamed up a little bit. I'm going to put these headphones on. I was resting them because I couldn't be asked wearing them, but I'm conscious the audio might be shit and it was making me paranoid. So if the first 8 minutes audio is shit, then I apologise. I hope it won't be too bad. Yeah, but when 28-14s, I mean, how often are they 4-betting? Not that often, I wouldn't imagine. They're going to be calling a lot, folding a decent amount, and only 4-betting like the top of their opening ranges. So I think 3-betting king queen suited for value, to sometimes make them fold some like ace jacks type stuff, all those types of things. I think it's completely fine. And when they do 4-bet, well, fine, we just get the fuck out of the way. What do we do with our pocket 8s here? And I guess we just call. No, because Alfie, who's got the absolute greatest picture of all time, Alf Roberts from Home and Away, he's gone all in, so kind of stops us doing anything with the pocket 8s really. Oh, we would have a bit of set, never mind. So this video isn't about is Reggie going to make some money or not. It's not going to be about anything other than me trying to play as well as I can and rediscover the love for the grind, because my love for the game is there. I mean, otherwise why would I have been playing like loads of shitty home games with friends where, you know, I was spending 3 or 4 hours a night in home game tournaments on PokerStars, making very little money because I'm too busy having fun, and then just being, oh, I played poker 4 hours tonight now, let's not bother playing the cash session, I've had enough for the day. Says, yeah, it's about me getting back on track with the grind and becoming more professional. And to do that, to that end, I have dug out my Dusty Schmidt Treat Your Poker Like a Business book, and I intend to read that every time I go for a shit in the next, until I finish reading it. Basically, I'm not going to read the tips, strategy tips at the end, because, well, it'll be out of date. But the stuff he talks about in terms of like discovering a more professional attitude to the poker grind is absolutely something that I need to refresh myself with, because it's gone. The professionalism from my grind schedule does not exist at the moment, and it needs to be rediscovered. So I think we'll spend some time with Dusty in the shithouse and rediscover it in there. I've done a lot of my best poker work from the throne in the small room. A lot of my light bulb moments have come whilst sat reading and contemplating in the small room. Think of coming down with a cold too. Not COVID or anything like that. Just a common or garden cold. Runny nose. Sneezed a few times this morning. Don't feel at all poorly. But yeah. I mean, normally you wake up with a bit of the sniffles and you're like, oh, well, whatever, get on with your day. But then when you wake up with the sniffles in these times, and you're like kind of, oh fuck, Google, are these symptoms? Even though we've all had the COVID symptoms rammed down our throat by now, and we know what they are, it still makes you wonder when you do get something like common cold symptoms. And 3-bet the king jack off here. Don't really want to flat it. Again, 3-betting versus the 30/9. Not convinced that's the best thing to do, but I don't also think calling versus somebody who's playing 30/9 out of the small blinds, out of the big blinds, a good thing to do either. I don't know there basically. I mean, guess we could flat, but yeah, don't know. I just don't know. We are going to set mine here though, because we do have a loose passive fish in the big blind who's almost never going to squeeze us. So we do get to see a flop. We do get to flop a set. Now what's this guy's c-bet percentage? 60%. On the board this texture we're just going to lead straight out. Not going to fuck around. We're not messing around with bottom set on a board this wet. Hopefully this guy's got an overpair and he loses his bottle and just raises. He has raised. He doesn't have 7-5. He might have the other sets. I would jam here with the set, with the flush draw or some kind of combo draw. So if we'd just been cooler with the set over set, then we were going to lose all our money anyway. Wow, he had the 3-5. There's me thinking he wouldn't have the low cards, and he makes a straight flush, motherfucker. I didn't think he'd have those low cards, and that's exactly what he had. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Wowee. He needs the, if he's opening 5-3 suited under the gun, he needs the I'm a fucking idiot tag. Irrespective of him having relatively reasonable stats, his ranges are clearly absolutely pissed out of the brains. And we need to be aware of that. Straight flushing. Nice answer. Again, another super loose or pretty loose aggro guy. No. was contemplating whether to 3-bet with the king 6 suited or not, but I don't think there's any real reason to do that. This guy, however, he'll be meeting Mr. 3-bet quite a lot, I think. A straight flush. Nice hand. Certainly going to squeeze the king queen suited, king queen offsuit here with the blue tag player. This guy's maybe got a not great opening ranges, given his stats of 39-15. You wouldn't imagine he's going to be well honed in pre-flop range charts, so we can certainly squeeze with a 41-15 in the pot too. I feel like it's hard to say you're squeezing for value pre with king queen, but you know, you certainly get called by worse. Of course you can get called by some better hands too, but I think king queen suited there we can think about calling, but king queen off. Prefer to 3-bet with it, especially out of position. Just like try and make a biggish pot pre-flop, then if we flop top pair we got a workable SPR where we're just not that likely to get outplayed post-flop. Will not receive it in a 7-8-8 two-tone flop. That's what we will not be doing with our king queen. We just kind of mentally checked out of this hand now. Try and get to showdown. Maybe we win against, like, I don't fucking know what, 6-5 something. And we did indeed win. Our friend put 0 pressure on us despite us having an incredibly weak range. It's really you miss having someone to talk to when you're going through the spells of the Jack 5 off, the Deuce 10 off, the 8-4 off. It's nice to have someone just to keep things going, so all of you guys remain engaged with the videos, so hopefully we'll get some more people to come along during the course of the next few weeks. It's something I've really enjoyed doing. If you're out there and you would like to join me on one of these, then get in touch. Plenty of ways to contact me beneath the video. Prefer to do videos with people I'm working with, but I'm happy to consider doing them with anybody if you give me a convincing enough reason why you'd make for a good video with me. I'm thinking of actually going back to the old school where we used to do things on Sky, where I wouldn't do live sweat videos because, to be frank, they can be hit or miss, and just like record every session I make, every session I play, sorry, and then just mark down times of hands, tables, table 3, 18 minutes, Jack 10 suited, and just go back and review some of the more interesting pots I play. And that would work in terms of like my schedule, because it would encourage me to play more, so I would have more footage to work with. Right, then we're going to squeeze the King Jack here on the button. Don't really want to flat it on the button. We've had a fishy player opening. Same guy we said we didn't want to 3-bet earlier with like the ace 5. He didn't fold to 3-bets. That's possibly a mistake on my point. Then going for the 3-bet with the King Jack. Excuse me. But we do flop a top pair, so we will now be probably willing to get the money in. Snap calls us. And check back here. He's called the flop. There's no draws out there. A little bit concerned we don't have the best hand. I'm only worried about like basically him having pocket queens that he didn't 4-bet and ace jack here. Don't think he's going to have a backdoor flush very often. So pocket queens, ace jack, or we win maybe. Pocket kings. Wowzers. Wow. We are not having a good start to the session. Things are not going well. That's fair to say. Very fair to say. We've got to a moderate start to the day. But I was set ironed out by the straight flush draw, fair dues. And then we've probably overplayed King Jack against. Oh, he's not super passive. Never folds to 3-bets. Only owns 13%. Yeah, that could have been shit, but either way, we're going to lose some money there because we call on the button, and we're not going to fold King Jack on the button to a fish. So, you know, we don't lose as much, but we still lose some. He probably just goes bet with his kings, and we go call, so we still lose some money. Just probably not as much as we did. Didn't think he had kings though. I was thinking, right, he's either got pocket queens, ace jack, or just some random nonsense that fish can sometimes turn up with. Didn't expect him to have the pocket kings. So yeah, things are not going well. We we'll ignore that because that's nothing. 38. Oh, $80 down. That's not a good start to the grind, is it? It's not a good start to the day. To be fair, that's kind of been how my session, not how my session's been going, but why I haven't been putting the grind in, because I'm a bad loser. I don't like losing. Don't suppose anyone does. And so if I've been having starts to the day where it's been like, right, well, that's shit, we've already lost some money, I'm just kind of quitting, not grinding, which is good in one sense, you know, because I never go in any large downswings due to tilt. But if it's really fucking with your volume, gonna raise here, I think. Now we're 2 overs, our open ender. We might be kissing bye to another $60 here. So we're gonna raise it up with our aces. Fold our 8 to guess versus. Oh, it's not much. It's an all-in. Fuck it. We're ahead. And we stay ahead. Not a board texture. I'm going to do too much fucking around on here with the aces in a multi-way pot, which is going to bet really big and we get jammed on versus a 53-9. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. Of course he has the nuts. How horrifying. 10. Wow, what a disgusting session so far. What an absolutely disgusting... I mean, that could be a bad call, but what a disgusting session. I think if I wasn't recording by now, this would be a prime example of where I would just be like, you know what, fuck this shit. We're 26 minutes into our session, and it might be like my last session of the day, because I'd just be like, fuck it. I don't want to feel shit, so I'm just not going to play. Which is not the attitude of a grinder. But yeah, this is rapidly turning into a fucking diabolical session. Down 83. 91. Down 111. Yeah, it's a fucking diabolical session. Not sure about those aces. I mean, what do we really beat there? Maybe that's just a fold. Maybe it's even a check. Maybe it's even a check back multi-way on that board. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it, because I think if you try and analyse in the heat of the moment when you just lost, you can't do it. It's easy to be a little bit result orientated. How's that for a turn card? It's going to be a check call, isn't it, I think? I think we just bet like 6 on the river and hope he calls. And he folds. So goals for the rest of this video are going to be: keep your bottle, Reggie, try and play well, and what will be will be, and never make financial goals. Never even like, oh, when you stuck 100, try and get it back down to like minus 60. That's silly. The goal has to be stay focused, don't dwell on possible mistakes you've made during the session. Just focus on trying to make good decisions going forward, and then we'll do the autopsy at the end, or well, before my next session, and see if we did do anything super wrong. I think aces. I think we could probably just fold them. Good chance we're going to go with a check raise here. Turn the nuts. Raised over here with our ace 10, so we're going to fold it, and sadly we get the fold on the turn with the nuts on table 2, which is disappointing. When we get called and then the flush gets there, you're kind of hoping you're going to be able to get all the money in by the river, but that wasn't the case. That is a thoroughly miserable flop for the ace-3 suited. To be fair, if it wasn't for this dude, this would be a distinctly modern. I mean, this is kind of how entitled and spoiled I've become. We haven't got a single good reg at the table, and I'm kind of thinking, oh, this table's not great, but they're all shit. They're just kind of like the new breed of like 27-13 tight fish, 28-14 tight fish, and 30-10 tight fish. And these guys were doing 40-10s, 50-10s 10 years ago. But I'm looking thinking, could they do better? And that's how spoiled and entitled I've come, because there'll be people start watching this who play on Stars, Party Poker, Triple Eight, etc. And they'll be like, fucking hell, look at how good those tables are. There's not a decent regular amongst them. And I'm sat thinking, could I do better than this table? You know, I've got limited table space. Could I do better? What a fucking entitled little prick I am. Well, not even little. What an entitled fat prick I am. Wondering what the difference between the blue and the pink tag is that both indicate fish. Blue indicates more passive fish. Pink indicates more aggressive fish. That's the difference. It still means fish in both ways. But different types of fish. Don't bother tagging regulars. If you're not tagged, it means you're kind of like, not asked whether you're there or not. So we have a table with like not many tags on, like this one. That's why I was thinking about this one. Like, I've only got 2 tagged players, and this one, statistically is not terrible. So could I do better than that? Because we only have 2 tags. But yeah. One of those, maybe we could just have a quick scan of the lobby, and if we see a better looking table, maybe we'll just take it. That one isn't a better looking table. Try to do too many things at once here, aren't I? This guy just, I don't know, he's got his 4 to 3 bet and 4 to C bet stats mixed up. I think we just bet that flop because, Our range does well on it. We bet really small, quarter pot, which we can't fold to, and we're just going to check fold river unless he goes with like a really small sizing again. Now we're just going to fold our Jack 10 here. We're going to have some weaker aces we can call with. I don't know. Maybe the c-bet isn't great, but I've kind of started just c-betting range on ace-high boards and not worrying too much about protecting my checking range against bad players. Maybe against regulars there we check, but against bad players or players who I suspect might be bad, I'm just c-betting my range on the flop and then kind of play my hand face up from turns against players who I don't expect to exploit me for adopting that strategy. This looks like a reasonable table at 60 an L. So we'll open this one and look to close this one next time we put our blinds in. If we're opening another table, then we may as well play for an hour on the video. So this is this table being exited, and then we'll keep this table going. It's 60 and that's fresh 60 in our table. Try and isolate the limper with 10-6 suited on the button. Whether we achieve isolation is another question. We don't. I think multi-way we're not going to see bet range here. Multi-way we're just going to check back and, well, that's an interesting turn card. Just going to pot it here. Problem is we might get blown off our equity, but I think we might have heard from a queen by now on this board. Okay. This guy absolutely snaps us off. I'm going to be sick when he shows me an ace. Wow, 6-5, we win. Wow, wow, wow. That was unexpected. I was thinking, do we try and like bang him off an ace here with like a big bet? I decided not to, and then turns out we had the best hand anyway. Aces, straddle. We're obviously going to squeeze versus the straddle and the call. That is a no-brainer. We get cold called out of the small blind from a fish. Hopefully things get a lot more crazy. Put two pairs here. Get called on the 8 Jack Jack and then the 10 of diamonds comes off, so we're giving up. I guess we're checking now on the Queen King. I guess we're raising here on the Jack 4-7. And if our races go down in flames again, then fuck my life, and we're checking again with the King Queen here, not intending to fold. I guess we're just jamming this turn. Guess we're calling here. We beat the ace-9. I thought it was all in there. Never mind. We're going to be all in now. C-bet in quite big here. Jack-10 we beat. Things are taking a turn for the better all over the shop. Nice to take a big pot down there. Offsets a lot of our early session losses. Took a nice pot down here with the king-queen. All of a sudden feels like the session hasn't been a total disaster. I think we're probably still down on the session a little bit. In fact, we almost certainly are. We were down about 111. And now it feels like we're going to be down about 30 maybe. But yeah, good. Good boy, Reggie. And we can definitely do better than this table, so we're going to come away from it. We can definitely do better than just one tagged player. See if we can go full 60 and L. Can we go? Are there any empty seats at the 60 and L streets? No, looks like there isn't, which is a shame. Let's just see if we grab what we can then. This might be the same table we just left. No, it isn't, I don't think. And we got some reasonable looking tight fish, bad reg type players to have a go at here. I've got a definite fish in the 44-11. That goes without saying. We've got a definite fish in the 59-19 with the 11% 3-bet. So we like this table already. We've probably got the wrong seat, to be fair. So stand up straight away, no messing, and get the better seat, Reg. Don't be a dick. Choose seats better going forward, because that was bad seat selection. Oh, then I clicked stand up again by mistake. What a fuckwit. I wanted to click top up that time. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to sit at this table and you choose that seat rather than that seat, then, like as I did, then you're a fuckwit, aren't you? There's no other way to describe yourself other than you're a fuckwit, sir. Stop being a fuckwit. I'm going to have a vape, but it's not an end of the show vape. Defend the threes versus the straddle and then the race. I'd like to, but we can't. This guy looks like he's a kind of an aggro reg. Straddle, limp. We have to squeeze this one up with the ace-9 suit on the button for sure. $75.32. You are a whopper of extreme quality, sir. And you are going to win this pot. We like the big blind at this table. We'd rather have some more money, but we like him anyway. We flop 2 pairs, which is pretty nice. And we get the snap fold, which is not so nice. I want to play pots in position versus 41-15, so we're going to defend the king 10 off. Fafma Stella holding. We're just going to fold to the receiver on a board that doesn't excite me. Turn a full house. I'm going to try and get a check raising against a flush here. Did not get a check raising against a flush. I'm just going to try and get paid off by a queen or an ace. And we do neither. Not paying off this river over here. Check call on that flop. I think we're just going to check back and then call any non-face rivers. I think you can have a lot of ace, king, ace, queen. Of course the ace hits. And there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it other than fold. Have to call over here. More importantly, we have to get our raising over here. We lose to ace jack. That's been a particularly disappointing table as table 3. It has to be said, nothing has worked out for us there. And nothing's going to work out for us on this hand because we've completely bricked it. What are we down on this table? It's going to be a big number, isn't it? Is that all? Thought it was going to be much worse than that. We'll take that. So he's going to go all in now to try and isolate this dude who's quite possibly got a better hand than us anyway. Queen ace, ace deuce. Happy days. Drag it down, beautiful. Get the full double up from two players contributing to it. Things are definitely turning around. Probably still in debt for the session, but it'll be by not a lot now. Pleased with how I've managed to... I mean, it's easy to stay off tilt on videos, to be fair, but pleased with how I have managed to retain my composure and recover what could have been a pretty grim session. We like 62 V-pips just joining our table, that's what we like. Take it down with the 3-bet there with the king jack off. Yeah, I think we are going to proceed with a few hand review videos over the coming days. I'm going to decide I'm just going to record every session, dig my OBS out, record them on OBS because it's far easier than doing it on Camtasia, and then hopefully do a daily review video of some of the more interesting pots that I played. A lot of them will probably just be like pretty standard coolers and good beats and bad beats, but it'll be better than sitting and just watching what may or may not be a shit session, because we don't know before we start the recording. And that looks like a flop that I've completely missed. And we're going to try and make this dude fold anyway, because we have 4 high. He shows absolutely no interest in folding, and we're going to show an equal lack of interest in barreling. I'm going to feel obliged to take a shot at this pot now. Try and make it fold a jack or a 6. He probably leaves a king on the river after we check back the turn and we take it down. That run out when he doesn't bet the river, he looks like he's got a jack or a 6 or a misdraw, but problem is with 4 high we beat none of those things, so fuck it, we'll take a shot at it. We can credibly represent the king there, c-bet flop, check back turn on the ace, then look like we're trying to make up for lost value on the river by potting it. I think we tell a credible story there for King X. What's how me up to? 56. 3 or 4 more minutes. And then we'll start winding it up. Trying to get the money as quickly as possible on this board against this player. He obliges us. What's he got? He's only got a deuce. Book it. And run it 3 times if he wants to. And we're going to just have to fold this river on the ever disappointing table 3. Don't know if he's accepted our challenge to run it 3 times or not. No, he didn't. He was a one-time guy, and that'll do me just fine when we're going to hold. And look at this table. $107 up, are we? Yeah, this table certainly helped out with the early session downswing. This one's come to the party too. That's 107 up, 152 up. Now we weren't 152 down, so this has to have been a winning session now, which is quite remarkable given that we were in the hole early. This table's been a complete fucking write-off. Down 60, down like 60. I don't know, maybe it hasn't been a winning session, but it's been close. But we are now going to sit out all of our blinds. Exit, exit, and exit, because that's come at a nice time, hasn't it? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you're going to enjoy the future content coming. They're definitely going to be hand review videos. So it means I'm going to have to play more on Poker Hero and Poker Bros. Poker Hero on this site than I am Poker Bros, because it's harder to record on Poker Bros for hand reviews. But that's completely fine. I get plenty of volume across the 2 sites, so I'm on board with that. So yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching. It's hard to say whether it's been a winning or losing session without going and looking into my accounts. But either way, it's been close. We haven't won a lot, we haven't lost a lot, but it's been action-packed. So hope you guys have enjoyed it. Stay safe, everybody. Stay well. Look after each other. Be kind. Be loving. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with something, hopefully a review video. If it's a live play video, that means I've already failed on my intention of putting a grind in today. So hopefully that won't be the case, but Yeah, bye-bye for now. I'm off back to bed for a bit. Take care. Much love. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.